and welcome back to our channel. So there is a lot to update you on, a lot of stuff going on here, especially with regard to school and homeschool. So today will be another day in the life. We just finished up breakfast, getting ready to start homeschooling. So Sophie has some new stuff happening today. She is moving into Rod and Staff Arithmetic 2. We had one lesson left in Arithmetic 1 and I decided just to go ahead and skip it because it was like the last probably really 20 lessons were all review, and I decided just to go ahead and move her into this. So Rod and Staff Arithmetic 2 is a little bit different because the speed drills are actually in this book, which is nice. The other thing that's different is that for every lesson, instead of being 2 pages, there's actually 4 pages. We're gonna try doing it in the book. You actually get 4 of these workbooks, and then there's 2 teacher manuals to go with this. So like this teacher manuals for the first 2 workbooks. And then there's also some practice sheets that you can get as well. So she's gonna be starting this today. She's super excited about it because it's sort of a pinkish purple color, and that's like purple's her favorite color. So she's like super duper excited. And then the other thing that I'm starting with Sophie today, and I've been kind of easing my way into her subjects. So she's now started everything. She started science first and then history. We were doing language arts and math all summer, but a couple of weeks ago I started science, and then this week I started history. And starting today I'm going to be doing this book called Theology, which is just kind of like a little Bible study for younger kids. And they're short lessons. They're only a few pages long, and there's colorful pictures in here. So like this is the first lesson here. So I'm gonna do this with Sophie. There's actually 71 lessons. So my plan for this is to do it on Mondays and Fridays. We're still gonna be doing our Bible reading with Katie most every day of the week, but I'm trying to avoid doing anything extra on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I have to take Katie to class. At her in-person college class, and then also Wednesday when Sophie has 2 therapy sessions. So I'm going to do this on Mondays and Fridays. Today is Thursday, but Katie has not started school yet with her college classes, and we're out of town tomorrow, so we're actually doing Thursday and Friday's work today. We're just kind of doubling up because we'll be out of town tomorrow and we don't want to do school there. So Katie has all kinds of stuff going on. So we, on Tuesday of this week, we had orientation at the school that she plans to attend next fall, and it's also the school where she has her music class and her English class. So we went to the orientation. She was able to get her student ID as a dual enrollment student, and she also was able to go and see the classroom where her English class is going to be. We figured out where to park, all that kind of stuff. So we kind of toured the campus a little bit there and went through the orientation. It was really fun because the professors were awesome, and it was just really neat to get to finally be on campus and kind of, you know, figure out where things are and stuff. We went by the admissions office and talked to them about applying for the fall. We found that admissions were open for the fall, so we actually this week already went ahead and applied for Katie for the fall. So basically her freshman year of college, we went ahead and applied on, and we have everything done for that. So we're just basically waiting to hear on that for early admission. And so all of that is happening. It's kind of crazy that all of this is happening, you know, so quickly and all at once. But the other thing that we have to do is, this is a COVID test, and she's got to do this COVID test. This is actually it's like a home kit, and this one uses saliva instead of the one that you stick up your nose. But it had to be a PCR test instead of a rapid test. But this test she has to have before she goes on campus for her first class. And so she has class next Thursday, so we're gonna do this one. It has to be done within 7 days, but then it also has to be able to get the results back quickly enough so that they can be uploaded into their system before she goes on into the campus, into her first class next Thursday. So today is Thursday. She starts classes a week from today, so we're gonna have to do this tomorrow because that gives us 7 days, and then like this is shipped overnight to the lab, and then it takes like 48 hours. So if everything goes well, we should get this back on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, enabling us to upload this before she has class on Thursday. So this has to be done still, but she has all of her books and everything, and she's really excited to go ahead and get started. If you've been following our channel, you know that Katie is actually doing dual enrollment at 2 different schools. One of the schools is in the Columbia area, so obviously those classes will be only online. And that school actually starts the following Monday. So next Thursday, she starts her 2 classes that are at a local school, and then the following Monday, she starts the 2 online classes. So she's getting ready to kind of be full on into college. And so that's a big difference for us too, because we're used to kind of making our own rules, having our own schedule, all that kind of stuff. And now we're sort of having to follow a very strict schedule. You know, she needs to be there when they have classes. So we're not just gonna take off and do something just because we can. We wanna make sure that she's, you know, in class when she's supposed to be in class. Although 3 of her classes are online, so those are probably a little bit more flexible. But so I have changed our schedule to reflect her college schedule. Unfortunately, her fall break, her Thanksgiving break, and her Christmas break are all the same for both schools. So that was nice. So that's what's been going on, all the stuff with school. Sophie has, at this point, basically both of my girls already have 35 days of school because we have been schooling all summer long. Not 5 days a week. We kind of started back 3 days a week, and then we built up to that, and now we're at 5 days a week. Katie, the only class that she's doing that's not a dual enrollment class is the Abeka Economics. She's taking that as an honors option, and that's a 1 semester class. She is over halfway through with that class now. She's finished through lesson 49 of that. There's 85 total lessons. And she's also kind of right in the middle of her midterm paper. That is part of that class. It's not her honors project. So that is something that's just part of the class. So she is hoping to finish her paper today. And then she would just have to finish up the remaining lessons. And she would also need to finish up her honors project, which was the investing project. So later on today, I'll update you on her investments. So she's got 1 that's doing okay. The other 3 are not doing that great. So we'll talk about that. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and Sophie and I are gonna get started with our morning time, which that's another thing that's changed drastically because we're kind of doing our Bible reading with Katie, but then she's not really participating in the rest of morning time because it's gonna consist of this book some days and then either science or history for Sophie, which obviously Katie doesn't need to be involved in, and then Katie kind of needs to manage herself this year. I'm really using this year as a way for her to really learn how to, and she kind of has been managing herself since, I would say probably since 6th grade, maybe 5th grade. But she's going to have to deal with the idea of having professors assigning things where she maybe has multiple tests on the same day, multiple papers due on the same day. So I think there is going to be a bit of a learning curve for her. And also with college classes, the other thing is that what you would do in an entire year in a high school class is squished down to 1 semester in college. And so the quickness of the pace, I think, is something that she's going to have a learning curve with. But I feel like this is all really good prep for her for next year, especially since she's only doing the 4 dual enrollment courses this semester. And then next semester, she'll either do, hopefully 3 or 4. We'll do French, and then hopefully the English 102, and then maybe 1 other class if we can get it. If not, she'll just have 2. But that's where we kind of are as an update. I'm also gonna need to get some groceries today, do a little bit of things around the house. So, and we're still kind of getting back into our groove with filming. You might have noticed that our videos have not been like super regular. We're trying to film twice a week, and we're trying to make those days be Sunday and Wednesday, but it hasn't always worked out that way. But we're gonna go ahead and get started here with our day. Are you excited about your new book?
Yeah, because it's my favorite color, purple.
Yeah, she's super excited about her new math, right?
Yes?
Yes. Oh, and I was going to tell you too, with Sophie's language arts, we started this language arts one. This is Christian Light. This is first grade language arts. It's not reading, it's really just grammar. It's basically what it is word usage. There is a little bit of reading in it, but it's definitely more of a grammar course. She's now in the 102 booklet. There's, I think, 10 booklets. So like 102 means book 2. This is going really well. I feel like this is definitely filling a gap for her where Happy Cheetah doesn't really cover a lot of rules, and they do that by design, but I feel like with Sophie coming to English as a second language, that this is really helpful for her. So we've been doing this. With Happy Cheetah, there are 4 books total, and she is halfway through book 3. Book 3 is considered to be the second half of first grade, and then she'll move into book 4, which is the only book in second grade. And then if she keeps moving at the pace that she's moving, she will finish that before the end of the school year, and then we'll be moving her into something else. Starting the ology today, and the way I have it scheduled to get through the year, to do it twice a week. I'm starting with 2 lessons today, but normally we'll just be doing one. Okay. So God always was and always will be. Oak trees sprout from acorns and toads begin as tadpoles, but God never had a beginning.
Some people have written books, some have a great look that covers the magazines for kids who are 17, but I don't know what to do. Staring into the blue sky and just waiting for a sign. Some, they are certain of what awaits them when it all ends, but I don't know what will happen to me.
Friends, we'd love to pray for you. If we can pray for you, let us know in the comments below.
Or will I be forgotten like dust in the wind, or the talk of the town that we are living in? Well, I don't know. I don't know, how could I know what lies ahead of me? Am I part of a grander master plan? Will I be washed away like lines in the sand?
So here's a little update on Katie's investment project that she's doing for her economics honors project. She invested in 3 stocks and 1 ETF. Tesla was the first one that she did, and she's up $1.71. Nintendo, she is down $4.62. With Amazon, she's down 92 cents. And with Retail Therapy, which is an ETF, she's down 40 cents. So that's where she currently stands. We use the app Stash for this investing project, and I'll have that linked below if you're interested in doing this with your teen. Gary has gone to the UPS store to take care of some stuff related to Gary's mom's probate situation. So he is the executor or personal representative, it's called in South Carolina. So he's having to deal with all of that stuff. So he's going to get stuff notarized and all of that. Sophie is finishing up her school. She's doing her handwriting now. We had a long day of school today, and I didn't film most of it because we were kind of getting our bearings with some new things, and so we had a little bit of frustration, and I don't want to film that. So right now I am going to clean up the kitchen from breakfast. It's really late, but I never got around to doing that because of school. I'm gonna go and check in on Katie and see how she's doing. How's it going, Katie?
It's going fine. It's taking a long time, but
You were kind of doing multiple days of school today like we were too, though. So how much more time do you need today, do you think?
a lot.
Really? Sophie's doing her handwriting, and I'm gonna clean up the kitchen. So just, do you need some help? Or are you okay?
No, I was able to solve the problem that I had going on before. I'm wrapping up that paragraph now. So I'm hoping that the rest of the paper goes a bit faster because that was the hardest paragraph to write.
So what do you have left with your paper?
Let me see. 2 body paragraphs and a conclusion.
Put the faith into someone who's half their age, reading from a torn out page from a book filled with lies. But I don't know what to do. I'm staring into the blue sky and just waiting for a sign. Someday is certain of what awaits them when it all ends, but I don't know what will happen to me. Will I be remembered in a century? Or will I be forgotten like dust in the wind? Or the talk of the town that we are living in? Well, I don't know. No, I don't. I don't know. I don't. How could I know what lies ahead of me? Am I part of a grand master plan? Will I be washed away like light?
All done with school. Yay! Thanks for hanging out with us today, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
I don't know what will happen to me. Will I be remembered in a century? Or will I be forgotten like dust in the wind? Or the talk of